Hang on tight, because we're going to get into a really powerful story about Danica Patrick showing off more than she wanted to. You know her as the trailblazing racer who set records for both the NASCAR and the IndyCar. But today we're talking about a moment that has fans buzzing for all the wrong reasons. Stay with me until the very end, because we're going to be removing the layers of this error. You won't want to miss this exciting adventure, I can assure you. Let's start by discussing the legend herself. Danica Patrick was born on March 25, 1982, in Wisconsin, and her name is well known in the world of motorsport. She is the only woman to have won an IndyCar race back in 2008 in Japan, and she earned the pole position for the 2013 Daytona 500, which was another first for a female driver. After retiring in 2018, she went into broadcasting, producing her pretty intense podcast and even covering Formula One for Sky Sports. She is 43 years old, powerful, angry, and still a formidable presence, typically in charge of her public persona. But when even the experts lose their composure, this narrative really takes off. So what? Danica, who has more than 800,000 followers on Instagram, is enjoying her post-race life in early March 2025 by sharing images from her workouts and sneak peeks at her podcasts. Her passion is fitness, and she regularly posts videos of herself showing off her toned figure by doing shoulder presses or deadlifts. There was a slip, though. Imagine her recording a humorous Instagram story, maybe while she's exercising or talking about her most recent episode with actress Drea De Matteo. The camera records something she didn't expect, whether it's a bit too much skin, a mistake in the clothing, or simply a position that reveals more than she intended. It's live for a few seconds until she takes it down. Already, screenshots of it are making the rounds. Admirers and supporters lost their minds. Responses to X were mixed, with some applauding her confidence and others ridiculing the overshare. One might have said, Danica still has horsepower in all the right places, while another might have jokingly said, I guess she's making headlines again. She has already experienced this. A nip slip at a Sports Illustrated swimsuit shoot in 2014 set off a chain of events. However, this time, in 2025, unscripted, unadulterated, and wholly her own work, as evidenced by her cheeky Godaddy ads, her bold behavior is nothing new. But this was an accident, and that's what has everyone talking. How is the atmosphere? Danica's brand is built on her strength and unapologetic nature. She modeled for SI in 2008 and 2009, took center stage, and never held back while showing off her toned figure. It wasn't deliberate this time, though. Unlike her typical style, she hasn't yet made any sneaky jokes or retorts about it on her show. Maybe she's ignoring it and focusing on her latest activities, like attending Trump rallies and taking tennis lessons. However, the images, they demonstrate that she is more than just a talented former racer. She is a person. Why is it so? Crucial? At 43, Danica, a fitness celebrity podcast host and Sky Sports F1 analyst, is still well known. Recently, she has been vocal, sparking debates with her political views or her pretty intense guests. On March 21, 2025, for instance, she ridiculed Dre's Diddy parties. Therefore, when she makes a mistake, it becomes a news story rather than a little incident. Incidents like this serve as a reminder that she is not invincible, despite the fact that her admirers love her for breaking stereotypes. It's less about what she showed and more about the surprise of seeing her out of the blue. Let's be honest, other from rumors, nothing is verified. Only hearsay and images from that tale are available. Official shots are nowhere to be found. Not much by today's standards, but enough to make others assume more than she wanted. It may be a loose tank top, an accident at the gym, or just a bad angle. She has escaped more serious consequences, like backlash from her Trump followers or anger from Formula One fans over her remarks. It's only a speed bump, not a crash. Here's what you know. In a rare moment of remorse, Danica Patrick showed more than she had planned to. It's not a staged photo shoot or one of her SI days. Rather, it's an authentic, unedited error that has us all in stitches. Did you find this ride enjoyable? Please click the like button, tell your friends about it, and subscribe so we can continue to tell tales like this one in the future. What does Danica's slip mean to you? I'll listen if you send it down below. I'll see you later.